Hello, I'm StarlitGlitch, and this is my video about my 1-year daily Animal Crossing journal. So I had showed off the beginning progress of this a little over a year ago, saying that maybe I'd make a progress update if I did in fact keep up with it. And I did. I did keep up to date with writing what I did each day that I played the game. Though I didn't play every day, I played most days. So today I'd like to show how my island progressed over the year. Going through the journal, my thought is I'm gonna try not to spend too much time on any one page, just because you can always pause the video. So I'm gonna try to let the journal speak for itself for the most part, because otherwise it's gonna get to be too long, but I'm gonna make some comments about how the year has gone. So first, let's look at the front of the journal, and this is where I kept all of the kind of collectibles, the things that you can catch and what's not. And you'll probably notice I did not get everything, unfortunately. Actually, in New Leaf, I was able to get everything within a year, I remember. But to be honest, I didn't play New Horizons as much as I played New Leaf. I think I played New Leaf maybe like 3 times as much more in the first year, something like that. So it's definitely a big reason why. And also, to be honest, I wasn't trying quite as hard to get everything. I would like to someday 100% it, but I'm gonna take my time. I did complete the fossils though. Of course, it's not that hard. I did that. Music I'm also pretty close on. I had to get a little bit better while finishing that up. Wasn't too bad. And going kind of on to art. Art is gonna be the hardest one. I never finished that in New Leaf. It's even harder in New Horizons, so don't know how that's gonna go. But yeah, I didn't focus too much on collecting that time. The main thing I enjoyed was just the day-to-day, so let's go and look over at the monthly pages. Okay, so I already showed off March in my previous video. So, now I'm gonna, spoilers. Gonna show the rest of April now. I guess the main thing that happened was I did get one of the residents I still have now, which is Raymond. He showed up in my campsite right here, and then I got him in the next day, so I was very thankful for that. He was the main one I wanted. And then in May is really when I started to get into decorating a little bit. I started kind of testing out what I wanted to do with my town. I also got my first blue rose. As well, I got one of my favorite residents, Rosie, who I also got through the campsite. I'm very lucky. I first had her in my Wild World town. I got her from a friend's town. And then in New Leaf, I also got her, and she is in both of those towns still. So I was really thankful that I could get her in. I don't know, I really like her design. I'm attached to her now, so I'm definitely going to be keeping her around. In June, I definitely think that I started to drop a bit on playtime. At this point, I was now physically going into work every day, whereas in April and May, I was going in maybe 2 times a week physically. So I wasn't playing quite as much. You can see I did miss this bug off. I wrote it down, but I wasn't actually able to attend it. I must have been busy from something, or I forgot. I don't quite remember. And then in July, you can see this is when I actually started to miss days. I think I was getting a little busy, and maybe I wasn't burnt out because I really never played too intensely on New Horizons, but maybe I was getting a little bit tired of doing the same thing every day. I'm not sure. August, though, the school I was working at had 3 weeks off. It was shortened because of coronavirus. But because of that, I think I was playing a bit more. In particular, I did go to every single fireworks show, that's all 5, with one of my friends. You can see him here. And I would definitely say that the fireworks show is my favorite event in New Horizons. I think that was an improvement over New Leaf, in part because you do have the actual yukata for me at the gate to the clack. Makes it a little bit more realistic. I like that we don't get those random items from the raffle anymore. The items are more fun to use, great atmosphere. Chef's kiss, love it. Cannot wait to do it again this year. So good. Then in September, I started to get a little busy again. So we have these awful drawings. I'm sorry. You can see I was missing a bit again. Of course, school is starting up for my job. I was also getting a bit busy because I had a really big test in the beginning of December, and I was starting to study a bit more intensely, I think, at this point. I hope I was. Definitely in October, you can see I wasn't playing quite as much. I did enjoy the pumpkins a lot, although I planted way too many. But I thought the idea was really fun. The Halloween event itself was so-so. I guess I'm not super into Halloween, but, it was fine for what it was. Then going to November, this is really when I was buckling down and studying, and that's why we see a huge break here. I was really just coming back for KK Slider. The only thing, though, you might notice is all of a sudden I really picked up at the end. For some reason, when I was getting closer to the test, I started to get pretty stressed, and so I would just kind of log into the game for like a few minutes each day just to kind of relieve my stress, I suppose. So that's why all of a sudden it picks up kind of oddly. I did enjoy the Harvest Day event. You can see I had to play at night because I had a meeting that ran late that day, but I thought it was fun collecting the items. It was nice to go through it. It was one of the better festivals, I thought, in my opinion. And then December, I had the test at the beginning. I did pass, yay! But you can see because of that, I was playing every day. Somehow even the day before, despite studying, I think I studied for around 10 hours the day before maybe? Still somehow got a couple minutes in for Animal Crossing. I don't know how I did that. But then after that, I wanted to get more into decorating finally, since I had time. So I was playing every day. I was rearranging my town, finally terraforming, things like that. I will say I didn't really like the snowmen or toy days so much. They were my favorite parts of New Leaf. They really kept me coming back. There's something I really enjoyed, but I felt like they kind of got nerfed in New Horizons. So that was pretty disappointing for me, but meh, what can you do? Oh, and then I messed up my journal. I counted December to the end like this. So in order to get to January now, we have to go this way. That's okay. Here we are. So now, I was also taking a big test in the beginning of February. So as you can see, I was keeping up with my daily playing, and then as the test got sooner, then I dropped off playing because busy studying again. But I will say I really enjoyed the New Year's event. I also thought that this was an improvement over New Leaf, in part because you got the different angles when it hit midnight, and I guess that was the main thing. I don't know. I thought the atmosphere was good somehow. They're both good. So that was pretty fun, but otherwise I didn't really do too much, I guess. And then final month, I really didn't play much at all. I had the test at the beginning, but after that, I was just kind of going through the motions, I guess, in the game. I lost a little bit of the inspiration for, I guess, decorate my town. I was feeling a bit like, I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. To be honest, even now, I'm still kind of figuring it out. So, like that, we got to the end. And that was a complete year through the journal. I will say it was really weird ending the journal here, because a couple days after this, I believe a new resident moved in. And I felt like I need to write this down, like I need to record this somewhere. What do I do? So I thought about going through until March 20th, since I started on the 21st last year, to be an actual full calendar year. But I thought to myself, no, Star, you just have to put it down. You gotta end it. Put out of its misery. So yeah, that was my journal for the year. I'll be honest though, I didn't really keep up with the pictures. Most of those were after the months. I don't know, I lost a little bit of steam for decorating the side, as you might see. But I was keeping up pretty accurately with the right side. A couple of times I'd miss a couple of days, and then have to go back and jot down, like the special visitor or whatever. But I did have a lot of fun keeping up with the journal. And then the last part of my journal that I haven't shown yet is, this is what my town looks like now. So if I go back to the beginning, I can show what my original map looked like to show how things have progressed. Here we go. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that pretty well. You can see my town. I didn't do a lot of terraforming. I still might do some, but they kind of moved the river around and the levels. Originally my tailor shop was over here. I moved it into this corner and got rid of the cafe that was originally there. I still have not moved these houses. I still have to rearrange this whole area. It's a work in progress. You can see I have a couple of spots in my town that are a bit more decorated. Don't give me too much credit because I more or less copied some ideas from Pinterest. They're very close. I wish I could give them credit from the ideas, but unfortunately I do not have that. Yeah, so I'm kind of working now. My kind of general plan for the town that I'm working on is the lower level. It's going to be more like a town, a city, and the upper one's going to be a bit more rustic. So that's what I'm working towards. I have a lot of blank pages, of course. So my plan is to keep updating it with new pictures as I decorate more areas and kind of going from right to left, kind of showing the progression of my island if I keep working on it. Otherwise, I'll just put in more collectibles. So yeah, that was my 1 year Animal Crossing journal. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the video, you're able to get something out of it. Keep in mind too, it's never too late to start a journal. Even if you've already been in your town for a year, you could always just use, for example, old screenshots that you've taken to kind of show your progress in your island. Anything really, you can be creative. But I think that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching. If you can, please follow me on my social media like Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch, I don't know. Is that social media? Yeah, I post random things. But in any case, I'll see you later. Goodbye.